there is very clarity on the purpose that I have. I also am very clear on my answers that I have. And happily enough, I will not use surprisingly or whatever, happily enough, the answer that I have is not scary to me at all. I want to do this, and if that means that I need to change from being where I am to somewhere where I can do this, that is the way forward for me.
Last 6 महीने, and it happened naturally. It didn't happen because I read a chapter or a lesson or a keynote. वो हो गया, really हो गया. And again, the whole thrust in this presentation is meditation. It has worked wonders for me, and I don't even know how did these things happen, right? वो just हो गया, जैसा समीर जी बोलते हैं कि it will just happen. It really happened without any effort for me, and it happened for good, and it really happened the way I actually wanted it, without putting the plan and everything in place, right? It was there in my head, but it happened. So other thing that that I was always in that cloud, always worrying, right? So I stopped worrying, and again meditation in that. Nothing that I did put an effort कि अभी मैं worry नहीं करूँगा. That also happened organically. So meditation has helped me to be very focused and clear. I think so the mantras has really helped. So I think so the tools that are there, I think so they are बहुत strong है. You go back to it, you listen, you look at the forms, and you get into realization mode. काफ़ी चीज़ जो उधर है are really great. So that realization that that if I concentrate and if I use those tools, I can change things. I can change myself. I can change the organization. It's there. I just need to use it. What are the concepts that I understood really well? Right, and I said, meditation practice, organization and me, success quadrant, wheel of life, how compulsions affect you in personal and professional life, understanding of 3 primal. ये चीज़ें concepts एकदम clear हो गए. Maybe there are more. I think so. There is so much there that is there I could not articulate or say, but it's changed a lot of things for me, and I'd like to continue that way.
So I think the biggest thing that CEP did for me was give me clarity. I'm able to prioritize and decide what needs to be done in a much more systematic manner. It's not that I didn't have those goals before. I didn't have a goal before. I just didn't know how to go about achieving that goal or going to that destination. Here I've got a systematic plan where I can break it down in my head as well as write it down, and I know that these are the kind of systematic steps that I need towards that goal. That systematic approach has given me so much clarity of thought, and I'm able to translate that and communicate that to my team, and I'm able to communicate that to the people around me. And I think I'm able to see how those goals already are forming and taking shape in front of me. Before, I would simply look at something and say, हाँ कर देंगे, goal है, जाना है, करेंगे. It was like motivational in a way outside of a systematic approach. And I think that system is something that CEP has really helped me gain. Understanding what activities that yield the highest result, right? Or create the greatest impact, as opposed to just doing things which sometimes are meaningless. Maybe they are towards a goal, but they are still meaningless. As opposed to really focusing and taking more time on the impactful things, and really using those impactful things towards creating a greater impact. I'm able to engage with my team a lot better, in a much more meaningful manner, with additional clarity and consciousness. It's engagement beyond the basic layer. It's not only engagement on a work front. I am engaging with them on their personal fronts as well, a little bit more. And that's helped them also open up to me a little bit. And that relationship has, improved the bond, and it's taken away the, just strictly professionalism out of the picture. It's like that relationship that I'm building in the office with people, and it's really, it's nice. It's like a family.
Habits have changed in me, which have helped with my self-image. For me, the number one tool is incident diary.
Yes.
I've got over 79 entries now, and the concept of organogram in specific I've seen has been very helpful, because coming from a family run organization, वो cost कभी consider ही नहीं करते थे कि क्वालिटी वाला चाहिए, अकाउंटेंट चाहिए, ये चाहिए, वो तो अपनी कंपनी का ये कर देंगे, वो कर देंगे. एंड द प्रोजेक्ट कॉस्ट इज ऑलवेज लुकिंग बिल्कुल नेग्लिजिबल उसके अंदर. जब उनको एक्चुअली फैक्टर करना चालू पता चला कि अरे बाप रे, देयर इज सो मच मोर दैट आई एम इग्नोरिंग. तो गैप हैज़ बीन रियली हेल्पफुल फॉर मी. तो ये आप समझ में तो आ गया है कि मैं कितना भी ज्ञान ले लूँ, कितना भी ज्ञान बोल दूँ, अगर ये क्रिया नहीं करूँगा तो ये ख़त्म है. तो इसमें हम बैक टू ज़ीरो होने में कुछ टाइम नहीं लगेगा. मतलब देयर इज़ नो डाउट अबाउट इट कि I will not go back to zero. So
I really didn't have a personal goal for myself. So that is something that has come so beautifully with CEP कि मेरे personal goals भी हैं, वो भी ज़रूरी है. ये imbalance बिल्कुल भी I have to get out of this imbalance. You know, I'm not operating from overestimation as much, and impulse is going. I'm so happy about it. I've learned finally to say no to people I don't want to work with.
That's a huge
This realization came that perfectionism is actually so bad. I am designing a product which is supposed to be aesthetically pleasing. But if my conduct in my work, at my work, is not pleasing, then what's the point of creating that pleasing? So I realized कुछ beautiful बनाने का कुछ भी point नहीं है अगर आप एक beautiful तरीके से नहीं बना सकते उसको. So yeah, that realization came through that. So yeah, finding my purpose has been the single most rewarding realization that came with such clarity through the program. Deeper understanding of growing and scaling. Scaling is not always in numbers. So I'm not looking at scaling myself as a big establishment. We will remain whatever we remain, but the whole idea of we love to do what we do must remain. So that's how I want to scale.
कि हर चीज़ हमको तुरंत चाहिए. 2 महीने बाद वो गोल हुआ नहीं हुआ, 2 महीने बाद कोई नया गोल बन गया, तीसरे महीने बाद कोई चौथा गोल बन गया. तो क्या होता है, हर गोल की तरफ हम खींचे जा रहे थे. और वो अचीव हो रहा है नहीं हो रहा है, वो कोई पैरामीटर नहीं है चेक करने को कि भाई गोल अचीव हुआ कि नहीं हुआ. तो मन को दिलासा, अच्छा अरे मैं तो उस चीज़ पे काम कर रहा था. स्टॉप जंपिंग फ्रॉम गोल्स टू गोल्स. मे बी हैव अ लिमिटेड 3 to 5 goals. हैव अ डेडलाइन, हैव अ सब टास्क एंड मे बी फोकस ऑन देम कि भाई पहले ये अचीव कर लूँ बिफोर आई जंप टू द नेक्स्ट गोल.
Let's be honest, the numbers are always for us. They don't really care about the numbers, and why would they, right? Because they're salaried and you attain a very small percentage of their value to it, so which is not fair. And we've been doing this for the last 5 to 6 months, and that has it's very humbling. It's very humbling when you sit with somebody and try and understand what is it that they look out for in their future, and when you give them a roadmap about where they will be through 2-3 years down the line in your company. It changes the way that they function, and it changes their engagement with the company and their role in your company. The fundamental takeaway for me in terms of my behavior with other people, as many of you also mentioned, that I've started realizing people, and even if I don't realize, I just know that they have a background to where they come from, I have a background from where I come from, and neither are they wrong nor am I, and I think we both can coexist. And as once you approach anyone and anything with that thought, everything else just fizzles away. Sthir Pragya, I mean, going by the name itself, it brings a lot of equilibrium to your thoughts, which is for me the best place to start, because I think anything and everything that I do, it's purely based on my thoughts. But yeah, that doing the Sthir Pragya in the morning and before going to bed, it just brought, I don't want to say clarity, this, that, all of that, but it just brought equilibrium, which is just beautiful. My journey with CEP has been one with a lot of introspection. I think, as I said, I've done 1 million courses. My brother and I have a wonderful understanding where 10% of our profits go into learning and development, come what may, for senior management. So we keep doing a lot of programs. But nothing has been an inward out approach, which I think is where everything starts, right, and stops also. My journey has been it's been one which I've thoroughly enjoyed. And yeah, thank you for the entire 6 months.